According to the stats, the number of card transactions happening around the world is 1 billion per day. There are 29 billion credit and debit cards are there around the world, but 99% people don't know how just a physical plastic card or just by providing card details, all these transactions are happening. Today we will be learning a very interesting topic called as online transactions. When you click the pay button on the mobile, then after 4 to 5 seconds, the money is getting debited from your account and crediting to another account. Now let's know what's happening in that 4 to 5 seconds in the middle. So please watch the video till the end. Before understanding the payment flow, we need to first understand some terms or payment terminology. Number one is customer. The customer is the person who is buying the product. Second one is merchant. Merchant is the one who is selling the product. For example, Amazon, Flipkart. The third one is acquirer or acquiring bank. This is the bank account which belongs to the merchant. Issuer or issuing bank. This is the bank account of the customer who is buying the product. These are the terms that are normally used in the payment flow. So please listen carefully so that you won't miss anything in the middle. So when you, the customer, buy something on an e-commerce application or when swiping your card after buying something in a shop, all the details that you entered will be taken by the merchant. For example, if you try to buy an iPhone on Amazon, the transaction details will be captured by Amazon and all the details are sent to the payment gateway. So you might be wondering what exactly a payment gateway means or what is the role of it. The role of payment gateway is validating the card details, currency conversion and routing. So there will be many things that payment gateway does, but these are the main important things that I will be discussing now. For example, checking the details that are entered by the customer is valid or not. Some big companies like Amazon, Apple have customers from different countries around the world. So each country has its own currency. So this payment gateway converts all these different currencies to the local currency of the merchant. Imagine the merchant is from US. So the transaction from India, that is INR, and some other transactions from Australia, that is AUD, will be converted to the local currency, that is USD. The third one is routing. While buying something, we often see that the company says that they only accept few cards. This is also handled by the gateway. There are many gateway services. Some of them are PayPal, Stripe, Razorpay, MasterCard, etc. Now these gateway services will send the transaction to the acquiring bank. In simple words, the acquiring bank is the merchant's bank account. Now simply, the acquiring bank sends the transaction to the scheme network. So what is a scheme network? When we get a credit or debit card, we see there will be a company logo printed on bottom right corner. This is called as scheme. So there are many schemes available in the digital market. The most famous and the trusted schemes are Visa, MasterCard, Amex. So the main magic happens here in this scheme. But the question is, how does this scheme network identifies the customer of that particular card using the card details sent by the acquirer? When you apply a credit or debit card, your bank asks any of the scheme like Visa, MasterCard, Amex to generate a 16-digit or a 15-digit card number. If it is an Amex, it will generate a 15-digit card number. If it's Visa or MasterCard, it will generate a 16-digit card number. For example, if HDFC Bank has asked the scheme service MasterCard to create a new credit card number for its customer, the scheme won't assign some random numbers to the card. No, MasterCard will always have some set of specific number that needs to be assigned for this particular bank. So for example, when HDFC asks MasterCard to generate number, it will give numbers from 1111 to 2222. If ICICI Bank asked MasterCard to generate number, it will give numbers only from 3332 4444. And these numbers are just an example. This could vary from different banks. I'm just giving this example so that you understand every bank will be assigned to a unique number. So after receiving this number from MasterCard or Visa, the bank will now link your account number with this BIN number. And this 5-digit is called as bank identification number, which is provided by the scheme like Visa and MasterCard. And this is also called as BIN in short form, So after receiving the card from your bank, you are ready to do transactions with your card. So now back to this transaction again. So after you receive the transaction from the acquirer bank to the scheme network, it will first check the first digit of the card. If it starts with 2 or 5, the transaction will route to MasterCard. If it starts with 4, the transaction will be routed to Visa. If it starts with 3, it will be routed to American Express. So each of these cards will have a unique identification number. So now the scheme checks the next 5 digits on your card. As discussed earlier, this 5-digit number is called as bank identification number or BIN. Now the scheme will search in its own database to which bank this set of card number is issued. As discussed earlier, as an example, if it's between 111 and 2222, it will route the transaction to the HDFC Bank. If it's between 333 to 444, it will route to ICICI Bank. And all these numbers are just an example. So the main point is the scheme network identifies the 5-digit number which is called as BIN and routes the transaction to the particular bank for which this number is issued. Now the transaction is received by the issuer bank. Now I think you understood why it is called as an issuing bank, because this is the bank that issues cards to its customers. Okay, now the issuing bank does its own validation, like if enough balance is there in the account, or if the transaction limit has reached its end. If all the validations are done, it checks if the transaction is initiated by the right customer or not by using OTP validation. And this OTP will be sent to the customer's mobile number which has been registered with this account number. So based on the validation, the accept or decline message will be sent to the customer in the same way it came from. If everything is fine, the money will be debited from your account and credited to the merchant's bank account. And bingo, order placed. Till now, what you have seen will happen in less than 3 seconds. How wonderful is that? We sitting back on the couch with popcorn in hand and all this stuff happening in the back end, making our life easy. Hats off to all the developers who have done many things easy for us. So this is the complete payment flow from the customer to all these middleware bridges and again back to the customer with a simple message called payment successful. Now let's know some of the facts of debit and credit cards from the statistics. 1.06 billion credit cards are currently in use in just United States. 14% of Americans have a minimum of 10 credit cards. The total loss of money due to online payment fraud is about 41 billion US dollars. In Indian rupees, it is. In Denmark, 99.02% people use only credit cards for transactions. This is highest in the world. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. If you want me to do more videos like this, please let me know in the comments. And do not forget to share this video with your friends. See you in the next video. Bye bye.